Hey everybody, Crazy Renee here. This is gonna be a serious video, I guess. I wanted to talk about the movie Cuties and how oddly I wasn't shocked by what I saw as excerpts from the film. And the backlash at Netflix. Yeah, that's the great thing about Twitter. It's amazing what it can do sometimes, and then there's times where it's just a horror show that nobody wants to be part of. Anyway, so why am I not shocked? Well, because this is something that's been going on. I'm sorry, there's like train noises and stuff in the background. And yes, it looks like I'm filming on a potato, but it's my phone. Back to what I was saying. This has been going on since for at least 40 years, I could tell you. Because there was films like Blue Lagoon, which was in 1980, starring a very young, very underage Brooke Shields, who did nudity in that film and had like a relationship with her brother, and then there was like a sequel made to that. But I think those actors were actually of age because you can't do stuff like that. But apparently you can. I'm going to get to that. Then there was another movie called Lolita, which is where you get, most of the Lolita things, like Epstein's shite, which also Brooke Shields. So it kind of like snowballs who were like these gross older men and women kind of wanted to see these films. There was a movie that was dubbed in English. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I keep scratching my nose. I like it. It's right here, but I don't want it to make you guys think I'm picking my nose. Anyway, so this other movie, it's called My Life as a Dog. And there's like two versions of it. One's dubbed in English and one is subtitled, I believe. This movie played a lot when I was younger, and it had sexualization of children, like pretty like really in there. Granted, it's not an American film, but it played in America, and nobody talked about this movie. Nobody talked about it, but a lot of us that lived through that era, we remember that movie pretty well because we were kids and it made us feel a certain way, if you catch what I'm saying, and that's kind of the point of these films, I believe. The next movie is the movie that I would like to really highlight. It's called Kids. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It came out in 1995. One of the actors, I believe he committed suicide or he possibly OD'd. He played the character Casper. He died not too long ago. I would say like maybe 10 years ago. But I'm not 100% on that. And I'm sorry, I'm not more prepped for this because I want to do a long form video of all this stuff. The director of Kids was at the time in his 50s, while the writer of Kids was 19 when they wrote the film. There's a lot of things surrounding that film that are just not cool at all. The more I dug, the sicker I got by what I found. First of all, they said that like all the actors were of age pretty much, when that is not true at all. People like in the movie, Rosario Dawson, she just had graduated 8th grade when she was in that movie, and who was, I think, 17 or 18 at the time, was Chloe Sevigny, and she has a big reputation in indie and Hollywood as being pretty much a lady who doesn't say no. Probably how she gets all her parts, and she actually does things in movies. So, and then there was a movie called 13 that had Evan Rachel Wood in it. Uh, she, you might know her from Westworld, and she dated Marilyn Manson, I think, when she turned 18, about 18 or 19, and he was twice her age at the time. And I think she's like involved in some controversy talking about how he treated her and that he called her Lolita to, like that's this Lolita thing seems to be everywhere, inescapable, and it's like definitely very Epstein. Um, so why would you name your plane that if this wasn't a thing, right? Um, then there was another movie that I saw on MTV. I think I was a teenager, and it was watered down because it was MTV. I can't recall the title, but it had Nick Stahl in it and Brad Renfro and a couple others. It was based on a true story about a murder that happened, but the director is the same director from Kids, and he was more interested in filming a lot of like sex scenes with the teenagers and stuff. And oddly, he takes responsibility for Brad's untimely death. Another one who died, young after being in a movie from this guy. Especially because this guy, he's a drug addict, and he likes to do drugs with his subjects, actors, whatever you want to call it. So he's not exactly a good guy at all. Then in 2014, he made a movie called The Smell of Us. Yes, The Smell of Us. French movie. So I'm a little surprised about the Cuties thing, because this movie, 2014, internet, here we are. I don't recall seeing or hearing anything about this a couple of years ago. Anybody else? The Smell of Us? It was filmed in France, just like Cuties. Yes, no? Okay, well, this movie is just as bad as Kids and that other movie that he did. And again, it's gross, it's gratuitous, it's weird, and this guy's like 70 something now, and he's not changed a bit. And he thinks that it's everybody else that has the problem. This guy's from like Utah, and he thinks that like everybody else is the problem. This guy's perfectly fine. He did have like a minor like thing with Hollywood. He was doing something with James Woods, and James Woods did not want to work with this guy. He was like freaking out at him all the time, and he called him a P word. He accused him of CP, because that's what he's used to filming, as like James was saying. So I respect James Woods for these reasons, because he called this guy out. And the guy was getting so messed up on the set that it's just, this guy is just incredibly awful. So he's basically going to be the long form video I'm going to make is on him. Basic how he came about, how he started in the film industry, and what he did before that, which is, wait till you see this stuff. And all the actors and actresses and the truth behind the movie Kids, and more. So I hope you guys are looking for a video like that. I know it's kind of like a bleak video, and it's not like funny, and I'm not ragging on somebody for an entire video, but I think that it's kind of important that we talk about these things, and we, as adults now, realize that this has been conditioning for 40 years, and I'm glad that people are giving a crap now. I really wish they would have sooner, because there are a lot of adults that were children that were abused in these times. And I think that if you actually look at how many Hollywood stars and starlets and child actors who ended up really messed up, later in life, and it wasn't just a decadent thing. It was like people like Charlie Sheen taking advantage of their younger castmates and stuff like that. This is a lot of things they were pressured into, and it's just very disturbing. And I'm kind of glad that I work in an industry, in my part of the industry, that is more adult oriented and doesn't do this stuff with kids, because I wouldn't stand for it, and I don't think anybody should. And like they said, like Big Mouth was already like one of those shows that it's like, oh, it's funny, it's a cartoon and it's adults voicing kids. Yeah, but it's talking about kids, and that's and I watched the show, and I thought it was kind of funny, but at times I was just like, what, like the puberty monster things and stuff like that, like I just, no, I mean, it's uncomfortable. And the thing is, like, when we started doing this, aside from like Fritz the Cat and stuff like that, when we started taking cartoons, making them for adults, and then not telling kids that they were for adults, or, even if you do tell kids they're for adults, guess what they do? Guess what a kid normally does when you tell them something's for an adult? They're going to watch it. That's what they do. That's what kids are curious. Trust me. I was one of them. I was like, oh, there's a scene, cover your eyes. What am I? Oh my god. Oh. Wow. Revenge of the Nerds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw that whole scene with my eyes covered. So, stupid. But, yeah, this is a discussion we need to have. And a discussion we will have. And I would like to definitely talk more about this director, because I believe that his career should be ruined and over, and I am usually opposed to cancel culture, mainly when it comes to the First Amendment, but this is not that type of cancel culture. This is CP cancel culture, and I believe 100% that it needs to be done, and we should do it. And if you want, start researching yourself, but and, until then, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for watching. I hope that you guys accept this video, like, share, subscribe, or whatever. And yeah, I'm sorry I haven't really been on here, because I've been feeling really, like, I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know if you guys know, but I have, like, a bunch of spinal conditions and stuff like that, which suck. So it is very taxing for me to do a lot of my normal day stuff and then come and film. Like, I feel like tired and beat, and it's not because I have fibro or some other illness that I would love to make up and pretend I have and be a hypochondriac, but unfortunately some of us really do have problems, medical problems, that affect us mentally too. And I'm pretty sure you guys know by now I have ADHD. Lucky me. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and let me know how you feel about the movie Cuties, any of the movies that I just brought up, if you even want to gloss through IMDb and see what these films are about if you have never seen them. I don't recommend watching them, especially if you're an adult now, because they are going to enrage you. And if they don't enrage you, then I think you need an evaluation. Seriously. And anybody who's, going to advocate for these people like Maps, you come to my channel, I'm going to ream you out. Just to let you know. I don't take any crap. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. All right. Bye.